Welcome to Let's Talk Mental Hygiene. My name is Andrea Tompkins, and I'm a writer and a member of the communications team at the Royal.
And I'm Guillaume Tremblay, and I'm a lead nurse practitioner at the Royal's Brockville Mental Health Center.
This podcast is a deep dive into daily activities that support and maintain our mental health, otherwise known as mental hygiene. In this series, we're explaining the concept in greater detail and giving listeners some additional tips and tricks from the experts.
So let's talk mental hygiene.
Self-esteem isn't something that we can do, right? It's like a trait, or it's something that we feel. And so therefore it's not necessarily the best, coping strategy per se. Like, sure, it can, if we have a high self-esteem, it can help us be more resilient naturally. But self-compassion is actually something that we can practice. So even if you don't have a high self-esteem, that's okay. And I think that that's partially why self-compassion can be so helpful for so many people.
And how do we practice self-compassion? Dr. Freynet, there is an easy to remember tool that I've read about for practicing self-compassion, and there's an acronym. It's RAIN, right? Are you familiar with this?
I am, yeah.
What does it stand for, and how can we sort of apply it to our daily lives?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, so RAIN is one exercise in self-compassion, but there's a whole bunch of them out there. You can find them on the internet. You can find them in Kristen Nett's workbook as well on self-compassion. There's a whole set of examples of really great exercises that we can do to practice self-compassion. So RAIN, in short, I would encourage everyone to really watch Peter Winfield's video here in the mental hygiene toolkit. He does a really great job of walking people through the strategy. But in brief, essentially, RAIN is an acronym that we can remember to help us practice self-compassion. The R stands for recognizing. So recognizing what is going on internally. So noticing and naming emotions or sensations that might be arising for us in certain situations. The A is for allowing. So allowing the experience to be there without judgment. So really just, practice just allowing the feeling to be there just as it is. And I know that this can be difficult. Sometimes there's a lot of discomfort that can arise with certain emotions. I is for investigating with interest and care. So practice being curious, but not critical. So you can ask yourself some questions like, what is going on here? What do I need? Does anything specific need my attention? What are my emotions saying? Those are ways of being curious towards your experience. And then N is for nurturing. So nurturing with self-compassion. So really at the heart of self-compassion here. So providing kindness and understanding to yourself. Yeah, and in a nutshell, that's what RAIN is.
What you just heard was a snippet from Let's Talk Mental Hygiene. For the full episode, click the SoundCloud or Spotify link in the description below this video. This podcast is brought to you by the Royal Ottawa Healthcare Group. It is produced by Jen Sanger, Digital Media Coordinator at the Royal Ottawa Mental Health Center. For more information about mental hygiene and for mental health resources, visit www.theroyal.ca.